Okay, so apparently they don't include the job changes in the prelim notes, or at least they didn't this time around. So those who were there in the stream on Friday, I read all the notes. I'm just not gonna do an impromptu stream to read just battle system changes, because that's probably all they added in here. Of any particular note, so we're just gonna dive right into that. So, job changes. Action traits have been adjusted as follows. Each action trait is listed as it appears at 90. If my voice sounds weird, it's not from the audio's perspective. It's just I was like coughing profusely an hour ago, so it is what it is. Oh. Yeah, I am drinking Mountain Dew Spark to, kind of recover. Ugh. Alright, so first, healer role action, lucid dreaming, now acquired level 14, previously level 24. Earlier level? That's cool, I guess. I don't know if that was necessary, but we here. So, yeah. Paladin changes. Holy fucking shit. There's a lot of changes here for Paladin. Iron Will. Recast time has been reduced from 10 to 3 seconds. That's cool. I mean, if they made that change for all the tanks across the board, it's fine. Really, there shouldn't be a recast time. You should just hit the button and that's it. Clemency, Holy Spirit, Execution no longer interrupts action combos. Interesting. Request Cat. The additional effect grants Blade of Faith ready when the effect of Request Cat ends. It has been added with a duration of 30 seconds. That's interesting. I wonder what that means. Does that mean that you don't need Confiteor with that? Holy Circle also doesn't interrupt action combos. Confiteor, additional effect restores own HP has been added with cure potency 400. That's pretty pog. Paladin was already pretty good in the self-heal department, so the fact they're adding that bloodbath effect, essentially, on that, and it looks like there's some other skills here too, as we'll read in a second. Blade of Faith, no longer a combo with Confiteor. Interesting. Requirement, Blade of Faith Ray has been added. The additional effect restores own HP has been added with a cure potency of 400. So, I am not a tank main, so I don't know if this is good or bad. I would probably screenshot this later. Send it to a buddy of mine that's in my free company that actually tanks, so you'll be able to tell me if this is going to be a good change or not. So, additional effect restores own HP has been added with the cure potency of 400. Additional Blades of Truth, same thing. Own HP, cures potency of 400. No reason to read over that twice. Divine Magic Mastery 2 now adds a healing effect to Confiteor. Never really played Paladin other than just leveling it up and in casual dungeons, so I don't know if any of these changes will be good. So I don't know if like Blades of Faith is or the Blades of whatever, Faith, Truth, and Valor will be can't tell if that's going to be good or if that's going to be a new button. I don't know. Any paladins that watch this video, any paladin mains that watch this video, feel free to let me know in the comments. Alright, moving on to Warrior. Defiance, recast, okay, 10 to 3 seconds. So it kind of seems like they might be just doing this across the board here. Overpower. Area of effect AoE has been changed from a cone before you to all nearby enemies. Oh, so it's not a cone anymore. Okay, so it's just a straight AoE radius. AoE. So that's interesting. Well, the animation is still going to be in a line, so that's going to be interesting how that's going to work, unless they change the animation, but that doesn't say here. Inner release. Oh boy. Stacks of inner release now only apply to Fell, Cleave, and Decimate. The additional effect nullifies stun, sleep, bind, heavy, and most knockback and drawn effects. But change to grants inner strength, nullifying stun, sleep, bind, heavy, and most knockback and drawn effects. I feel like this is a good change because it should allow you to throw Infuriates, and it's not going to use your stacks of inner release on. This makes the job less clunky, in my opinion. As somebody who played Warrior in the past, ever since they added their level 80 skill, I can't remember what it's called right now. You haven't been able to. It's made the job clunky, is what it said, because you couldn't just pop Infuriate during inner release because it would use the level 80 skill, because Fell Cleave becomes the level 80 skill once you pop Infuriate, so it made it more clunky. So, alright. Okay, here we go. Dark Knight changes. Grit, same thing. 3 seconds instead of 10. Flood of Darkness. Oh, potency nerf? 130 to 100? Interesting. Blood weapon now grants 5 stacks of the blood weapon effect. Effect duration has been increased from 10 to 15 seconds. Nice. That sounds like a good change. Stalwart Soul now acquired at level 4, previous level 70. This is kind of a good change. It was kind of awkward that your second AoE button for gaining aggro was such a high level. Living Dead. The additional effect restores HP with each weapon skill successfully delivered or spell cast has been added with the cure potency of 1500. If the amount of HP totaling your max HP is restored before the Walking Dead time runs out, the effect will now be changed to Undead Rebirth with the duration carried over from the time remaining for Walking Dead. While under the effect of Undead Rebirth, most attacks will not lower your HP below 1. That's a fucking mouthful. Again, I will have to screenshot all the warrior stuff. I can already kind of. I played that job extensively during several raid tiers, so I kind of know how that change will affect it. This I have no idea. I never did Dark Knight in the hard content, just in casual dungeons. So we'll have to see. I'll probably screenshot the Dark Knight Living Dead stuff at least, because I kind of understand the stuff above it, but I'm not really sure about Living Dead. I'll send that to a buddy of mine who raid tank. It actually raids on Dark Knight, so he'll be able to tell me if that's actually going to be a good change. But it sounds like it is, because Living Dead, as it stands now, is not very good, so. Gunbreaker, Royal Guard, 3 seconds, yeah, I kind of figured that. Perfect Balance can no longer be executed while under the effect of any Beast Chakra. Interesting. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't play Monk, so. Here we go, Dragoon changes. This has my name written all over it. Jump. Action animation has been shortened. Action now changes to Mirage Dive while under the effect of Mirage Dive ready. So it just changes to Mirage Dive now. Interesting. You're probably still gonna have the recast time regardless. That's pretty good. I mean, they said they were shortening all the animation locks for the jumps, so Because what happens is you get animation locked in the middle of mechanics, so you're trying to sneak as much DPS in between mechanics as possible. So what ends up happening, you get animation locked, so the game registers you in a certain spot. So while you're in the animation, even though before you jumped, you were in the right spot, the game registered you in a different spot, or location, so that you end up getting fucked over. So, which is what I have to do in certain fights, is I have to hold all my jump. I have to literally hold all my fucking jumps until after the thing's over before I do it. Maybe this will make it so I don't have to do that, so I won't suffer a DPS loss. Same thing. High jump, action out chain, and mirage dodge. This must be what they were talking about in the live letter, where they said that there was going to be some button skill adjustments, and so this should allow. That's at least one less button on my hotbar. So I'll probably just put my level 90 skill, and that's where that spot used to be. So that's cool. Ninja, let's see, hide now dispels the effect of Doton upon execution. Mug, I already knew about Mug and Trick Attack because that was mentioned briefly. The additional effect increases target damage taken by 5% has been added with a duration of 20 seconds. Trick Attack, the additional effect increases target's damage taken by 5% has been changed to increase damage you deal by 10%. So, pretty much they changed Trick Attack to where that affects your personal damage. Monk pretty much is the OG Trick Attack move where it increases target's damage taken, so I feel like they made this change because previously you could only use Trick Attack under the effect of the water buff, Soiton, so you don't see a Soiton change here, so I imagine that they're just gonna have Soiton and Trick Attack still work the same way. It's just gonna increase your damage instead of, having to worry about the positional to get the full effect. Because Mug is just an off GCD, like it's not tied to anything, so probably simplifies this job a little bit more. Let's see. Alien Edge potency increased from 360 to 380. Rear combo potency been increased from 420 to 440. That's just a straight buff. Makes its damage a little higher. Chikuchi. Action animation has been shortened. Potency has been increased from 70 to 80. Effect duration has been reduced from 24 to 18 seconds. That's cool. Like I said, I don't know much about my ninja, other than why I leveled it up. Okay, Mijin Satsu. Combo potency has been increased from 120 to 130. Armor Crush. Combo potency has been increased from 340 to 360. Flank combo potency has been increased from 400 to 420. Just straight buffs there. Bava Kakra. Same. This has been nerfed to 350 instead of 400. Interesting. Phantom Kamatachi. Buff 600 potency instead of 550. That's good. Melee Mastery is 74 instead of 84. Samurai, lots of stuff here. Akazi, 200 potency instead of 180. Jinpu, 120 potency instead of 100. Effector, third eye, effect duration from 3 to 4 seconds. Shifu, 120 potency instead of 100. Gecko, just straight potency buffs all across the board. 120, 330, 380. Opposed to what they are now. which is 100, 320, and 370. Higenbana, damage over time, potency increased from 30 to 45. That's just a buff. Mangetsu, 10 potency increase, 120, so 110. Kasha, same thing, straight potency buffs. Tenka Goken, area of effects been changed from a cone. Okay, so that's similar to the overpower change we saw earlier. They changed it for, maybe they're getting rid of AoE cones and they're just gonna make it be a circle around you. Oka, just a potency increase for Yukaze. Madari Setsugeka, potency has been reduced from 60 to 600. Attack is guaranteed to now land a critical hit. Alright, so the potency loss isn't a huge deal because you get just it's a guaranteed crit, so you're not going to lose anything. You're not going to notice the damage loss there. Let's see. Mikio Shisui. Range weapon skills no longer count toward the effect of this action. Hisatsu Shinten. Okay, so unlocked at 52 instead of 62. Potency nerf to 250. It's not really a nerf, but it's just a reduction. Yaten activation time has been adjusted to match that of the other backstep actions. Hisatsu Kyoten now acquired level 62 instead of 64. Higenbana 200 potency instead of 300. Goken 280 instead of 420. Okay, AoE effect's been changed. All nearby enemies instead of a cone. Kaishi Setsugeka potency has been reduced from 990 to 600. Attacks now guaranteed low critical hit. Were the Kaishi abilities that broken that they had to nerf them? Like, that's a huge potency dip right there. I mean, I understand it's a repeat of, like, it's basically an extra move. So what Kaishi does, it allows you to use your like Higenbana, your Tenken Goken, and your Setsugeka. It mirrors the attack, so it allowed you to basically use 2 Setsugekas, but at a decrease. So I guess they just maybe just decreasing the second hit even more. There might be. I'll probably briefly look to see if there's any PvP changes, but it probably won't be in this video, because I'll be honest, I don't really care much about PvP. I still read it on stream because it was part of the content, but that's not what this particular video is for. Shoha potency's been reduced Friday 500. Ogi Namakuri 800 potency to 900. Attacks now guaranteed. I'm seeing a lot of these like potency reductions, but they added guaranteed hits to them, and that's what. Same thing with Kashi Namakuri. So Reaper, not much changes here. Action animation has been shortened. We saw this with the Dragoon changes. Looks like they added more duration to Enhanced Harpy. 15 goes from 15 to 20 seconds on ingress and egress. So that's a pretty good change. I leveled up Reaper. I haven't really done it in any Savage content, but Bard, repelling shot range has been increased from 5 to 15 yalms. Activation time has been adjusted to match that of other backstep actions. Battle voice no longer requires the effective mage's battle army's payout of the Wanderer's Minuet to be active. Oh, that's cool. So it's just a straight buff now. Wanderer's Minuet action now changes pitch perfect upon execution. That's a pretty nice change. Fixes buttons bloat. Guess that would make sense, because Wanderer's Minuet is completely tied to Pitch Perfect. You cannot use the ability without Wanderer's Minuet being active. Machinist changes. Heat Blast, potency 170 to 180. Wildfire, potency increased per weapon skill land, increased from 150 to 200. Drill, air anchor, pile, bunker, crown, collider, chainsaw. They've all had potency increases, so that's good to see. Dancer, standard step, embroid, entra chat, jete, perote. All categorized as weapon skills. I don't know what that means. I'm not a dancer main, so I have no idea. We'll have to wait and see on that. I haven't even started leveling it yet, so we'll have to see what that means. Cascade. Additional effect 50% chance of granting flourishing symmetry has been changed to 50% chance of granting psych and symmetry. Same thing. Instead of flourishing flow, psych and flow. Kind of seems like the same thing for windmill. Flourishing symmetry, psych and symmetry. Reverse cascade. The requirement for execution has been changed. Can only be executed on the effect of flowing symmetry. Can only be executed while under the effect of psych and symmetry or flourishing symmetry. I don't know what this symmetry word means. So if I ever play Dancer at some point, well, I should say if. When I level Dancer at some point, I'll probably figure that out. Blade Shower, instead of Flourishing Flow, Psych and Flow, Rising Windmill, same change as Reverse Cascade, Fountain Fall, same change, Blood Shower, pretty much the same as the other abilities that got the similar change. Technical step is now weapon skill. Players can still receive the effect of flowing symmetry and flourishing flow from the flourish action. Gotcha. Summoner. Oh, these are bacon changes, but he's on Black Mage right now, so. Ruby Ruin. Recast time has been increased from 2.5 to 3 seconds. Potency increased 300 to 340. Ruby Outburst. Recast time. Same thing. Potency increased. Recast time 3 seconds. Same with Ruby Ruin 2. Ruby Ruin 3. Some nice changes here. Steering light action is now executed directly from the caster rather than the carbuncle. So they add a new button. That's true. I'm gonna have to spend some time tomorrow when the patch is live to actually mess around. Shit. Let's see. Yeah, Ruby Right, potency increase, recast time 3 seconds. Yeah, alright, I read that. Ruby Disaster, recast time 2.5 to 3 seconds, potency increase. Same with Catastrophe. And same with increase of potency for Ruby Right has been changed from 450 to 510. Yeah. Pretty much potency increases. A change for Searing Light, and that probably makes Summoner better. Displacement, action animation shortened. I knew this would be there too. A bunch of stuff with White Mage. Looks like a bunch of MP cost reductions. Stone 200 MP instead of 400. Same thing with Arrow, 200 MP. Effect duration increased from 18 to 30 seconds. Stone 2, same thing. MP cost reduction, regen MP cost reduction. Area of effect radius has been increased from 6 to 10 yalls for Cure 3. Arrow 2, MP cost reduction. A lot of MP cost reductions for White Mage, so that's good. Although their MP management was never an issue for White Mage, so that's interesting. As long as they do that to all the healers, I'm okay with this. Range has been increased from 8 to 10 yalms. Secret of the Lily. Time added to the healing gauge has been reduced from once every 30 seconds to once every 20 seconds. It's fine. 20 seconds is okay. Range increase for Asylum. 18 to 10 yalms. Sounds like they were trying to make the dot 30 seconds for arrow 1 and arrow 2 instead of being 18, because the higher level dot skill for White Mage is 30 seconds, so. Stone 2 got a potency reduction, and it's only down 10, that's not bad. MP cost reduction for Stone 3, Stone 4. Flawless Misery potency has been increased from 900 to 1240. Reduction in potency after the first enemy has been increased from 25% to 50%. So they buffed it. This skill was already OP, and they just made it more OP. Okay. Well, Loeb will tell me if this skill is, if that was necessary or not, because he's the healer expert in my raid group, so. Liturgy of the Bell. The additional healing effect from the remaining stacks of Liturgy of the Bell will now be triggered when time expires or upon executing the action a second time. So, I don't know anything about this skill, because I haven't leveled White Mage to 90 yet, so. Probably be sending a bunch of screenshots to people after I'm done recording. Let's see. Scholar. MP cost reductions for Ruin, Bio 2. Embrace. Range from which party members can be targeted has been increased. Seems like a good change. Sacred Soil. Area effect radius has been increased from 8 to 10 yoms. Effective duration of expedience has been reduced from 20 to 10 seconds. No MP cost reductions for Astro. Weird. Combust. Effect duration has been increased from 18 to 30 seconds. Sage. Dose. MP cost reduction 400 to 300. Soteria. Now grants 4 stacks of the Soteria effect. Effect potency has been increased from 50 to 70%. Adder Sting. Now gain max stacks of Adder Sting upon entering an instance or restarting an instance battle. I don't know if that's good or bad. Let's see. New traits have been added. Level 84. Melee Mastery 2. Increase the potency of spinning at 220 and Gust Slash to 160. Samurai. Wave the Samurai. Increase Hakazi 200. Shimpu to 120. Shiku to 120. Level 84. Wave Samurai 2. Increasing the potency of Gekka, Kasha, and Yukikazi to 120. Sounds like they just some potency buffs hidden within traits. The following action has been removed. Samurai Hasatsu Kaiten. Miscellaneous adjustments to action trait stats descriptions have been made. No changes made effects. Oh, there's job gauge stuff here. Alright, so just one more quick thing before I end here. Following additions have been made to job gauge. The appearance of the dancer's esprit gauge when filled to 50 or higher has been adjusted to be more discernible. I don't know what they mean by that. I could already tell when it was 50 because there's a number that says 50 on it, so. The sound effect played when a bard's soul voice gauge reaches 100 will now also be played when the gauge reaches 80. Moreover, a new visual indicator has been added for when the gauge reaches 80. Alright, so, and then it goes to the new dungeon. So lots of new changes. Definitely a big fan of the Dragoon ones. I'll have to send some pictures out to the people in my group that do tank and healer, because I have no idea about those changes. So pretty good stuff across the board. Paladin and Dark Knight seem like they're going to be better. I mean, this is going to make Dragoon better because of the animation locks. It's already a pretty decent job. Ninja and Monk, I'm not sure. Samurai, I'm not really sure, but depending on what time I wake up tomorrow, there may be a stream for the new main scenario stuff. But that's going to be all for today. We'll catch you in the next stream. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Like the video, share it to a friend, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you in the next one.